let us talk about expenses for marriage. Expenses for marriage. Especially now, we'll be looking at the white wedding. And I am going to be specific now as a Catholic that I am, and having been working in marriage school for more than 20 years now. I can imagine what people go through. I have been on consultation for some of them on their preparation towards white wedding. And on that note, I would like to sound this warning. The volume at which you spend for your white wedding to come true does not necessarily amount to the success of the marriage. Remember, marriage is for lifetime. Wedding is one-day activity. So don't live on one-day activity in expense of a lifetime journey. If you need to sit together to calculate what it will cost you to run a wedding, please do. Most of the time, what I discover is that the men will leave this aspect of the preparation for marriage for women, and in their mind, I'll give her the money, let her do the running around while I face my business. No, it is the start of your joint life together as husband and wife, and therefore there is a call that the things you do from that moment should be jointly done. Sit down together and work out what the budget for your white wedding and the reception should be. Don't over-imagine things. Work out the budget. And at the end of the day, you look at the sum of the total of what you are going to spend for the reception and the wedding itself, and if it has gone overboard, please adjust costs. Don't depend on going to borrow to finance weddings. Weddings are not business interests. They do not generate anything. They are different from your buying and selling. They are different from your investment. And therefore, don't even start imagining the gifts that will be given to you, the money people will spray on you as income as you do your budgeting. They are not, because most of the time they fail. I am not talking because I experience the same thing, but I'm talking because I've seen a lot of people who go and sorrowing after wedding. Why? Because they have spent everything around them, including helps from friends and relations, on account of their budget for wedding. How will you make a wedding cheap? There are a lot of people who are out there who have done the traditional rite, been living together for years, and do not even think that they have enough to go ahead with the white wedding. As a Catholic, the sacrament of matrimony is important for any man and woman who are living together as man and wife. It's part of life. And so you run every other sacrament, baptism, Holy Communion, confirmation, and you get stuck in your marriage and you have not done the matrimony. There is a way out. That way out is not when you have the whole money. There is a way out. Reach out to your parish priest and ask the parish priest how he can be of help to you to have a quiet wedding, which will not cost you more than 50,000 naira. If you do a white, that kind of wedding, there are a lot of expenses you put aside. Invitation card will not be there. All the expenses for reception will not be there. All the expenses for what you are going to wear, your bride this and bride that, will not be there. You will save a lot of money. And after that kind of wedding, you are as good as somebody who has invited a whole generation for white wedding. Yours is not in any way smaller than the wedding that has attracted a whole community. So why do you want to kill yourself in order to achieve the sacrament of matrimony when there is a leeway? The leeway is what I have just told you. And if you think you need a help, to reach out to whoever is your parish priest in line with this. I don't mind if you get back to me. Let's talk about it. It is my interest that during the sacrament of matrimony, as it is expected, God will give you the grace with which to live in your family as man and wife. There is no other ceremony that attracts the grace except the ceremony of matrimony. And you don't just assume that it will just come. No, there are preparations and there are rites. There are prayers that follow it. And those prayers should be done. They must be done for you to be in the fullness of the provisions and the testimonies of the sacrament of matrimony. Don't hesitate. It is important that you put the perspectives right. You don't jump the gun. You don't just go and carry a woman and assume that everything is all right. You start living with the person, breeding children, and you have not wedded. That wedding has a lot of blessings that go with it. Don't miss those blessings. Thank you very much for paying attention.